Clark hype is real, but a statistic that we saw on X is not. Clark's Indiana Fever jersey did sell out, but more than every single Dallas Cowboy all of last season. Basketball writer Dick Weiss posted that more Caitlin Clark Indiana Fever jerseys were sold in one day than the Cowboys sold last year for the entire team.
You think this is about a contract negotiation? About a player trying to get a bigger paycheck? You're wrong. I've been in those locker rooms. I've sat in on those meetings where they decide your worth like you're just a number on a spreadsheet. What's happening with Caitlin Clark isn't business, it's personal. This is about punishment. Think about what that really means. One player, in a single day, generated more merchandise revenue than the entire roster of America's most popular, most valuable sports franchise did in a whole year. That isn't just hype. That's a seismic shift in the world of sports. The WNBA saw that number, and they didn't see a player to build around. They saw a gold mine to exploit, and that was their first mistake. Because while they were counting their money, she was counting every instance of disrespect, every cheap shot, every dollar they owed her but refused to pay. And she decided to make them pay in a different way. Stay with me, because I'm going to show you the real story. The one that happens behind the closed doors and away from the cameras. This is the story of how Caitlin Clark is making the WNBA pay for its greed. Let's talk about the league's ultimate betrayal. It's not just one thing. It's everything. It starts with the most insulting number of all, her salary. Fact. Caitlin Clark, the woman single-handedly responsible for a reported 27% of the WNBA's entire economic activity, makes a rookie salary of just over $78,000. Let me repeat that. $78,000. We're not talking about a bench player on a small market team. We are talking about the undisputed face of the league, the player selling out arenas, quadrupling TV ratings, and bringing in millions in sponsorships, who is being paid less than most entry-level office workers. I've seen players get lowballed my entire career, but this is different. This is a level of institutional arrogance I've never witnessed before. It's a slap in the face not just to her, but to every woman who has ever picked up a basketball. They aren't paying her based on her value. They're paying her based on a broken, outdated system they refuse to fix because it benefits them. They believe they have all the power. They believe she needs them more than they need her. That's the lie they tell themselves in the front office. But the disrespect doesn't stop with the paycheck. It gets so much worse on the court. You've seen the hits, the shoves, the welcome to the league, moments that look less like basketball and more like personal attacks. Well, we have the numbers to prove it isn't just your imagination. An unbelievable 17% of the entire league's flagrant fouls have been committed against Caitlin Clark. One player is the target of almost a fifth of all the most dangerous plays in the WNBA. You think that's a coincidence? I was a player. I know what a targeted attack looks like. This is a green light from the league. They're allowing her to be physically brutalized night after night. Why? Maybe to appease veteran players who resent the attention she's getting. Maybe because they think it makes for good drama. Or maybe, and this is what I believe, they simply don't care. They see her as a product, and they're willing to let that product get damaged as long as the money keeps flowing in. They are sacrificing her physical well-being for their bottom line. That isn't just bad business. It's morally bankrupt. And it's the kind of betrayal that doesn't just get forgiven with a bigger contract down the line. It's the kind of betrayal that fuels a revolution. And through it all, she just kept proving them wrong. She didn't just meet the impossible expectations they set for her. She shattered them.
WNBA sensation Caitlin Clark has scored numerous honors for her skills on the court. But Clark did more than just dazzle on the court this past season. She has quickly become one of, if not the most popular stars in the WNBA. Clark was awarded the league's Rookie of the Year award after a record-breaking season. She was the first rookie to be named the All-WNBA first team since 2008. Sports media company Boardroom says the WNBA was the fastest-growing brand in the United States this year.
She wasn't just a rookie, She was an MVP candidate. She wasn't just good, she was historically great. The first rookie on the All-WNBA first team in over a decade. Every record she broke, every award she won, was another piece of evidence. It was proof that she wasn't just a marketing phenomenon, she was a basketball powerhouse. And with every achievement, her power grew. The league thought they were in control, that they were the ones who had blessed her with this platform. The truth is, she was building her own kingdom right under their noses. She was collecting receipts. Every sold-out arena was a receipt. Every record-breaking viewership number was a receipt. Every jersey sold was a receipt. She was building a case against them, proving her value so comprehensively that when the time came, they would have no defense. She was letting them get comfortable, letting them believe they held all the cards, all while she was assembling an arsenal they never saw coming. The pressure they put on her was immense, and it wasn't just on the court. They threw her into the middle of the most complex, emotionally charged conversations in sports and expected her to navigate it perfectly.
All-time leading scorer in NCAA Division I history is getting her jersey retired. That's right, Iowa retiring number 22, Caitlin Clark's jersey next February. Clark, who was drafted number 1 overall by the Indiana Fever last spring. And I want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege. A lot of those players in the league that have been really good have been black players. This league has been kind of built on them.
She's elevated the profile of women's basketball because she's a superstar talent. She deserves to get her jersey retired. She deserves to be celebrated at Iowa. When I did an event with her and my guy Mark Shapiro in Iowa, that's his alma mater, 11,000 people showed up. I assure you it was not for me. It was for her. The disparity in treatment between her as a white player and black players who preceded her and achieved so much but lacked the level of recognition after advancing to the national championship game before losing to Dawn Staley in South Carolina last year. What does she do? She goes out in the WNBA and she balls out there as well, and she ends up being a league MVP candidate as a rookie.
Think about the impossible position she was put in. As a white player achieving this level of stardom in a league predominantly built by black women, she was forced to answer for things that went far beyond basketball. And she handled it with a grace and self-awareness that, frankly, the league office doesn't deserve. She acknowledged her privilege while simultaneously defending her own hard-earned success. She gave credit to the women who built the league before her. She did everything right, but the league used this. They allowed these complex debates to swirl around her because it created headlines. It created drama. They put the weight of decades of social and racial dynamics on the shoulders of a 22-year-old, all while paying her a pittance and leaving her unprotected from physical attacks. It's a level of exploitation that's hard to even comprehend. They were using every part of her talent, her fame, her identity, her grace under pressure, and they were giving almost nothing back. That wasn't a partnership, it was a heist, and she was about to become the one who robbed them back. So, what do you do when you're the most valuable asset in an organization that refuses to value you? You don't ask for a raise. You don't file a grievance. You make them understand that you don't need them. That's the ultimate power play. The competitor videos, the clickbait channels, they all talked about a mythical $50 million offer that was turned down. They missed the real story. The real story is so much more powerful because it's true. Fact Ice Cube's Big 3 League, a professional men's league, offered Caitlin Clark a verified $15 million contract to play just 10 games. Then, another new professional league, Unrivaled, put a confirmed offer of over $1 million on the table for an 8-week season. She said no. This is the punishment. This is the revenge. Every time she rejects a massive, verified offer from an outside league, it's a direct shot at the WNBA's authority. She is publicly demonstrating that her market value is astronomically higher than what the league is paying her. She isn't just turning down money. She's turning down their entire system of control. She is showing the world, and more importantly, showing other players, that the WNBA is not the only option. For decades, The league has operated with the leverage that they are the only place for women to play professionally at the highest level in America. That leverage is now gone. Caitlin Clark killed it. She's not just playing basketball, she's playing chess with the commissioner, Kathy Engelbert. And this is her checkmate move. These rejections are the prelude to the real war, the upcoming collective bargaining agreement, or CBA, negotiations. That's where the rules of the league are written. That's where salaries, revenue sharing, and player protections are decided. Her turning down millions isn't just a personal decision, it's a calculated strategy to amass unprecedented leverage for that fight. She has exposed the league's pay scale as a complete joke. She has proven she can draw investment from anywhere. Dave Portnoy tweeted that if she left, she would put the WNBA out of business in 2 years. And honestly, he might be right. She holds the fate of the entire league in her hands, and they know it. They thought they were exploiting a rookie. They didn't realize they were creating the most powerful adversary they have ever faced. She isn't asking for a seat at the table anymore. She's coming to flip the entire table over. So the next time you see a headline about Caitlin Clark, don't think of her as just a player. She's a revolutionary. She is waging a quiet, brilliant war against a system that was designed to use people like her. She's punishing them for their greed, for their disrespect, for their negligence. And the beautiful part is, she's doing it without saying a word. Her actions are her weapon. Rejecting $15 million was just the warning shot. What comes next during the CBA negotiations will be the main assault. She has the power to not only secure a historic contract for herself, but to rewrite the financial futures of every player in the league for generations to come. The question is no longer what the WNBA is willing to offer her. The only question that matters now is how much she is willing to take from them when they are finally forced to surrender. And from what I'm hearing from inside, this punishment is just getting started.